Everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I know I am. I had a very solid workout earlier. Did a quick live. I'm going to try to do some more spontaneous lives whenever I can. And got some client stuff, which, by the way, I did want to tell you that we do have our challenge starting here tomorrow, I believe it is, or the next day. But you can join the app and join the challenge. There's also, if you wanted to gift to a person the app for a 4-month period of time to get them through the holiday season, you have that right here also. And for those of you that definitely need help with your habits, like one-on-one individualized coaching, daily communication, weekly video conferences, adjustments made to you as a person. Like we take into account what you have normally been doing, and then we just try to morph your lifestyle into a little healthier one. So it doesn't seem like some crazy diet or exercise regimen. There's 3-month coaching blocks and 6-month coaching blocks available. So please do check those out. Hello to everybody. Little Monster, Betsy, Taz, Cookies, how are you? Jet Batman, what's up again? Terry, how are you? Dory, I hope everything's going good for you. And Maureen, how the fuck are you? And Tigger Jones, hello again. So today, I have been extremely critical of this woman because I feel that she's full of shit most of the time. And I feel that she pretty much just kind of bullshits her way through. I think that she started this journey online in order to become YouTube famous. There's been many iterations of it, but April Lauren is the topic of discussion today. And I'm going to give her the best advice I can give for her meal prep and for moving forward, okay? Because the one thing I've watched this video all the way through, the video that we're about to watch. And I normally don't, but I watched this one. The one thing I can say is that she very clearly has come up with come to the rationale that she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. I think, my biggest problem with her is always the fake positivity, the bullshit about the numbers, because I didn't believe her numbers to begin with at all whatsoever. I think she was lying the whole time about her weight, which is fucked up to do to her audience. I didn't like how she would give people advice on the stupid, ridiculous shit she was doing, even in the face of people like myself and Kiara Transformations, like experts in the field. Like I'm a weight loss expert, telling her what was going to happen, why she shouldn't do what she was doing. And then when what I warned her about came to fruition, she would just switch up to something different instead of like looking, and I know she watches these. Okay. I just know it. Or at least her husband does, one or the other. So I just got to say, like, I'm going to give the best advice I can possibly give to her. This is meant to help her and her audience. Okay. So if you are coming over from her audience, wanting to be upset, I get it. You're a fucking stupid fuck for thinking she knows what she's doing. It's hard for you because you're fucking mentally stunted, probably because you're really fat. But I'm trying to help. Okay. I'm trying to help. Try to fucking, wade through the haze of, ultra processed food and shit like that, and fucking wake the fuck up to the fact that this woman does not know what the fuck she's doing, and the advice she's giving you is not good for you or her. Okay. So just, and if you don't want to, if you want to say mean shit to me, feel free, because you can say I'm mean all you want. You just can't say I'm wrong. I mean, and that's I worry about being wrong way more than I worry about being mean. So, but you can't say I'm wrong. You can just say I'm mean. Let's see. How underestimated is the importance of sleep? I mean, I don't have a percentage, but I don't think that people put nearly enough emphasis on it. I don't have it's 50% underestimated. I don't have a percentage, but most people should really focus on their sleep. For our coaching, we help people build a sleep routine habit, like a sleep hygiene habit. 30 minutes of prep time, making sure the room temperature is good, making sure your pillows are fluffed up, blanket, everything like that. If you have trouble falling asleep, we normally suggest contrast showers, all sorts of stuff. But people don't take it seriously enough. Sleep is very, very important. I'm like the type of person, like once Crystal figured out just a few things about my nutrition and then a few things about like my sleep prep and stuff like that. If I get 7 hours of sleep, my recovery is really, really good. I'm in control of my mental faculties way better. But the problem is, like, we had to deal with my ADHD, but she's got this shit on lock. She's doing good. Morning, everyone. Our puppy has me so tired. Oh, you got a puppy? Yeah, send a picture in the chat on the app. Smokey Snowboard, you're a big fan. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Pleasure to be here. You do any BJJ? I've never done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I did judo for a long, long, long time, though. I haven't in a while. My son and I have thought of like picking it up here in a little bit, but I'm just so fucking busy right now. We would need to have something change in order to create the fucking time to do it. But I would love to get started back doing it again. I think it's an excellent workout. I think that my son's done MMA before. I think everybody should do some sort of combat sport, male or female. Everybody should. Everybody should be physically capable. The Wizard Speaks. What's going on? Kelly Hans, how are you? Annie /Tukin. Kevin, how are you doing? Brooke Reed. Steph, Jazz, Jamie, how are you doing? Jamie Suzanne, how are you? Will anything help loose skin, post-pregnancy loose skin, other than a tummy tuck? Will certain foods help tighten it up more than others? Thanks, Alan. Tracy, it depends on how much loose skin there is. But if it, and this is something you would want to talk to like a plastic surgeon more about. But I can tell you this, making sure you get good protein, a good amount of protein with collagen, and staying hydrated, getting proper sleep for your growth hormones, stuff like that will help with it. It depends on how much there is though, it's not just gonna disappear. So that is not something that's really in my purview to are there things like, obviously just being healthy, is good, but if it's to the point where there's just a ton of extra skin, it depends on your age too, skin elasticity, your genetics, many, many, many things, how big you actually got, that sort of things. You and Chikara Transformations gave such legit and realistic advice. I mean, it was just basic. It's basic. The basic advice everybody should follow when they're trying to lose weight. And she just had this thing and what's happening right now is what I said was going to happen. She was not going to be able to keep up this incredible amount of physical activity. She was getting more physical activity in a day than I do, and still only losing like minimal weight. Like if I got as much physical activity as her and ate what she said she ate, even though I'm smaller and therefore burning less calories than her, I'd lose more weight than her. As a matter of fact, at one point in time, I lost more weight than her in a very short period of time when I was, very clearly I lost more body fat than her when she was stalled, And I find it just kind of, weird. Like, if you're struggling to lose weight for, your adult life, like she struggled to lose weight most of her fucking adult life, right? And people give you advice. It's very weird to not take that advice. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that she realizes that like she is, wants to paint us as meanie heads and stuff like that. But you don't even need to acknowledge it was my advice. You can just fucking take it because I was giving it for free. And it would have helped her avoid a lot of shit. But the very second she couldn't maintain the physical activity through either because of moving or sick or got injured or something like that, which was bound to happen. She was going to get injured at some point in time. So this is actually almost like a good thing that she wasn't even able to work out the way she used to. But she, she started putting on weight because she was not eating in a deficit and then adding activity. She was in a very small deficit with all the activity. If you look at it, she was averaging somewhere around a 250 to 350 calorie deficit a day for like a year while doing 2 hours worth of activity plus walking her dogs. Like that to me means like when she's a 250 to 300 pound woman, 2 hours worth of activity that you all of a sudden don't do. Now we're looking at somewhere around 600 to 700 calories a day. So now you're in a 350 calorie surplus. She didn't adjust her food correctly, and she depended upon trying to outrun a bad diet, which was very bad. It's the food. It's the food always, Let's see. It depends on how much loose skin there is, Tracy. My skin has gotten tighter from exercise and drinking more water. Good, excellent. Savar, how the fuck you doing? Jessica, how you doing? Any advice for someone who's trying to get back in shape? I've had a few seizures this month, and now I'm working on getting back in shape. My body was sore for a week or so, but I'm better now, just low energy. You know, because I feel weird giving you any advice because I don't know why you had the seizures or anything like that. But the best thing I can tell you is talk to your doctor and see what physical exertion you should be doing, and just start walking if you can. A good way to get back in shape is just to get into the habit of moving your body every day. So if you have 30 minutes a day, which we talk about this for our clients all the time, 30 minutes of habitual activity, once you're in the habit of moving yourself for 30 minutes a day, you can increase the time a little bit if you want to, but you can also increase the intensity of that activity. You can go from walking to jogging if you want to, or you can go from walking to doing HIIT classes and stuff like that. So start off slow and sustainable and then build from there. And the biggest thing is watch your nutrition, you know. I trained judo and karate too, but I grew outrageous muscles that made me look masculine. And since the dojo turned out to be a bunch of pansies during lockdown, I walked out and never came back. You should still do something, still do something if you practice, if you want to practice, I think so. You know? But all right, can you do calisthenics when you are morbidly obese? Depends on what you mean by calisthenics. Can you do push-ups? Yes. Can you do assisted push-ups? Absolutely. Those are calisthenics. Bodyweight squats are calisthenics. If you're talking about the tricks that you see the fucking Thenx fucking moron do, no, probably not. Yeah, and even if you could, you probably shouldn't. It's probably bad for your joints. So, I mean, I think that's pretty fucking obvious. Anyway. All right, so here we go. We are going to start this is day in the life, meal prep, and pushing through or trying to. Pushing through, Jesus. Weird. All right. So, give me 1 second. All right. I'm going to put her like that. I'm going to extend this over. She was claiming to do 20,000 steps a day. I can't imagine that. I mean, that's a lot of steps, especially for a big woman. Because she's always been a big woman. She's still a big woman. Large, you know? All right, so give me a sec here. We're going to make this pop out like that. And here we go.
Good morning. Julio, Tipper, and I are about
like this. I don't want to have anybody think that and by the way, if you're any other questions until I'm done talking about this, I do Q&A at the end. We can talk about it then at the end. Okay? Give me a sec. 1 more second. Chrome is not working right today. I don't understand what's going on. All right, so here we go.
to go for a little walk, and
so she's getting some activity in. That's good. And again, just like I said, start off with the walks.
It's early. It is early. She is ready to go. She's rip-raring or ready to go, and just get after it.
Nope.
This?
Nope. Give me a sec.
So handsome.
Talk.
Pretty good. B-roll. It was pretty funny.
So much B-roll to go through.
This morning. It's so beautiful. And so we're out.
Wow. Okay, so for those of you that's a 300-pound face. God. So this was more than just her not being able to be active. She started obviously eating a lot of food, even a lot more food than what she was. 'Cause that's big. She really backslid. I have a hard time believing she's not back over 300 pounds.
Out here walking, just trotting along, and some steps in. First thing this morning. It's so beautiful. It's really surreal that we live here.
We're done with the walk. It went pretty good. It was pretty funny. At the end of the walk, like we were pretty close to the car. This Jeep stopped.
Now, for those of you that are saying she's sweating already, she is wearing a sweatshirt and she does live in Hawaii. So, the weather is warmer than where she used to live.
They opened the door, and I'm like, what are they doing? And so Julio and Chipper and I had kind of slowed up just a little bit. Well, a golden retriever hopped out, and I mean, took off. At first, it was just running straight, like it was racing the Jeep, but then it saw Julio and Chipper, and so it started running towards us. And I'm like, oh, and Chipper went a little nuts. So that was not as fun. But it's still, like, I laughed the rest of the way to the car just because it was so freaking cute. The way that pup jumped out and took off running. It was really sweet. So anyway, we are done with the walk.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
What? This I skipped over before. We're not. So she's freaking out about a lizard. You're in big fucking trouble. You live in Hawaii.
It's sterile with a little.
It seemed so scared, and then it just kept it, like, would hold its breath. Anyway, it's all good. I think the lizard's gonna be fine. I definitely relate to that frozen feeling. I feel like I have felt my fair share of frozen the last several months, and I am just.
I mean, and I understand that. I think that's what she's been. She's been frozen in activity. Part of that is because she, against my advice, made her entire channel about sharing her weight loss journey. So therefore, she is going to be met with critique, especially because she does not know what the fuck she's doing, and that's going to meet with enough critique, which she doesn't like. But also, she gives advice to her audience, which is very bad when, again, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. What her advice and how she was presenting stuff wasn't even good for her. She shouldn't have been presenting it to her audience. So she probably is frozen and thinking like, well, everything I've tried has not worked. You have not tried everything because you haven't tried listening to me or Iona,
Just struggling. I am struggling, and I keep trying to force my way out of it or like make it happen. And it's just not something that I'm able to push through. Instead, I felt.
Here's my firm suggestion. One of the biggest things I can say to April Lauren: get a fucking job. Right? Her entire job so far is YouTube, which she posts 2 videos a month that are sponsored videos, because I think she's contractually obligated, and that makes her extra money. And you could still do that if you had a job. But holy shit, so if your job was to lose weight and do YouTube and you're not doing either of those fucking things, maybe you have too much fucking time on your hands. Maybe you should actually do something. I know when I have too much free time, which I can't remember the last time I had a lot of free time, but when I have too much free time, I tend to think about food more often,
Like every time I push through just more.
You shouldn't have to push. This is, again, you should not have to push. There should be no, if you have to push to only eat whole foods and cook for yourself when you don't have a job, when you don't have any other responsibility but to lose weight, if you have to push, it is not going to work. You are not going to push your way down from the 300 pounds it looks like you are again to the 150 pounds that you want to be. That you are not going to push half of your body mass off of you. You need to like it. You need to build a lifestyle that you actually like. That's one of the biggest things we do for our clients. One of the biggest things we do for our clients is we make it so they build a healthy lifestyle that they can absolutely maintain. We make it so our clients love the food they eat. They occasionally get a planned indulgence because it's not going off plan if you plan for it, and then you come right back on the next day. So there's no on and off switch. It is just your lifestyle, because your lifestyle should include holidays and the occasional indulgence that you can eat in portion, right? So we figure out what the person can eat in portion, and then we actually practice it. We're doing this with a lot of people right now because we are in gluttony season, and we have a lot of our clients that have come to us that are worried about Halloween and then Thanksgiving. I mean, right now I'm about to make a video because this coming weekend is Canadian Thanksgiving, Monday. A week from yesterday is Canadian Thanksgiving. And we want to make sure that they're able to indulge, enjoy family, and then the next day have it not be like, oh, well, I'm going to celebrate it again and again and again and again, because that's a big issue. So again, here's where you can get the challenge. Here's where you can get you can purchase the holiday, a holiday 4-month app. You can gift it to somebody. You would just purchase it and use their email and their name and put it right on there. Or if you know you're having a hard time with your daily habits and you're worried about ballooning up over the holiday season, we have 3-month coaching and 6 months coaching slots available. Please do take us up on those offers, because they are extremely, extremely, extremely affordable for daily communication, weekly video conferences. It is what we do. So back to this.
Or bad things happen, and some of them are little bad things and some of them are big bad things. Well, overwhelmed and frozen. Speaking of not feeling my happiest self, I want to share today's.
No, I just got to say, BetterHelp. So BetterHelp sponsors her, who, since she's gotten BetterHelp, she has gained like 50 pounds and has said that she is she looks like she's come unfrazzled mentally. And Beatrice looks like she's gained 20 some pounds also and come completely unfucking glued a bunch of times too. These are not like, if I was BetterHelp, I'd be like, why are we having these people advertise for us? Because anybody that's followed these people for a little while can tell you they've gotten worse. Their mental health has visibly gotten worse. So I'm not knocking on BetterHelp. I'm a big believer in counseling and therapy. I'm a huge, huge, huge believer in it. We even have somebody that we refer people to, because we're not mental health counselors. We're habit building coaches and fitness coaches. But if we think somebody needs mental help and they don't have access to somebody, we have a telecommunications PhD psychologist that like works with us that we refer people to. But so I believe in it. But if I was BetterHelp, I mean, either BetterHelp sucks, period, or they suck at picking people to advertise for them, because this is not a good advertisement. It's just absolutely not. So we're going to move past this. Wow, that's a pretty fucking long ad. Holy fuck.
To get changed and get ready to go to the store, and we will be meal prepping some foods so that I have.
So this is what I wanted to see.
The options as opposed to eating on the go. I drove over to the Target area. We're going to start in TJ Maxx.
Eating on the go. You've had plenty of options instead of eating on the go. Even people that do DoorDash have options. You could literally fucking Instacart instead of DoorDash, and Instacart a fucking rotisserie chicken right to your fucking front door. You could DoorDash, but it's more expensive, but you could easily do it. You could easily fucking have Instacarted your fucking groceries there. Instead of paying the extra upcharge on food, on fast foods, which she's been eating a lot of fast food. She's been eating a lot of processed food. Like, you can see it, the swelling, like she had been. I think she had always been cheating on her diet, but it just got out of hand with the move.
Max, I really need something to organize utensils. We have limited drawer space, limited countertop space. We have all of the limited space, but I do want a utensil holder. Right now, I have all of our utensils in this little flower thing that I was given a long time ago with some flowers. That is my mother. So I'm gonna go. I will see you in TJ Maxx.
That Big Quest nutrition is now better.
Okay. Well, we're going to go through this here real quick. DoorDash does groceries now too. Of course. I mean, that's what I'm saying, you know. Grocery stores have already ready-made salads. Absolutely. Oh, hang on. This is her. Who cares?
Things when I was talking to my mom, continued to go side to side looking for what I was looking for, back and forth, back and forth. I kept picking up random things, and then I would get to the other side. I'm like, okay, you got to go put this back now because you do not need these things. I did good at putting everything that I didn't need back and resisting the urge to pick up lots of random things. And so I'm up at the front, and I overhear one of the corporate workers be like, yeah, the main thing that really needs to change is the kids' stuff. It really needs to be around the store. And then I don't know if it was another corporate worker or if it was one of the people here. I felt so played so much. I always feel like a bit of frustration at stores, and I think the reason is the strategicness. They want you to be distracted so that you to a little helicopter set soldier, and then it's got the helicopter and order. I need to go to Costco still, so I've got to drive over there, make my rounds. I don't have that many items to get, and then we'll just see if Target isn't ready yet, then I'll go to Vitamin Shop. If Target's already ready, then I'm going to do the Vitamin Shop on a different day. I just want to look at protein powder. We always do Bare Nutrition, or BPN rather. We always do BPN, but I don't know if I want to order.
Isn't BPN going out of business? I thought they were going out of business.
And wait for it to come. I think I'd rather it just already be here. That worked out pretty well.
While you're at Vitamin Shop, you should pick up some No Morbidity. It would help you. Pick up Planta. Yes, absolutely.
They actually have BPN protein now, so I just got what I usually get. Got what I wanted. Because I had chicken, but I'm about to start cooking. So, Costco, I got just thighs.
Chicken thighs, very good. Okay, this is a very good thing. I actually recommend people who are trying to lose weight eat chicken thighs versus chicken breast, and here's the reason why: they don't taste like cardboard, and they can stay juicy. You can prep them, and they still stay juicy. They have a little bit higher fat content, but that's irrelevant, you know, to the search, you know, like to the search of being healthy, right? The idea would be that you enjoy this more than you're going to enjoy Vitamin Shop, or I just saw Vitamin, but you're going to enjoy this more than you're going to enjoy chicken breast.
Meal prep. I got extra virgin coconut oil. I got some salsa, and then I got chicken thighs. First thing that I'm going to prep is going to be the chicken. So I'm going to do.
Wow. Wow. She's back at 300. Easy. I feel very bad for this woman. I feel bad you didn't listen to me. I really did. I really do. Wow. Smooth Pursuit said pumpkin theme. That's brutal and funny at the same time. But holy shit, that's not good. It's just not. It's not good. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Yeah, only 300. I'm thinking 300 ish. But that's a big 320 maybe. Yeah. I'm not. The problem is like that means it got super out of hand, super like she went way. It went from like didn't even maintain to, you know, she gained 50 to 70 pounds back in a very short period of time. When it took her 3 years to lose 100 pounds, you know. I thought she said she didn't have counter space. It's very funny. I thought the same thing when I watched this the first time.
Do a few different things with my 4 packs of chicken, and this isn't necessarily just for the next week. It's for whenever. Some of it will be prepped specifically to eat this week, and then other things will be just so I have things ready to go.
2.5 of the packs will go into meal prep for lunches, and then the other ones are just ready to go meat. So if I'm doing like a quesadilla or chicken on a salad, whatever it is, then I'm just going to flash freeze those things, like those pieces of chicken, and it'll be in the freezer ready to grab and microwave or whatever whatever I want to do. So I'm hoping that this is going to help.
That looks like G. Hughes barbecue sauce, which is sugar-free barbecue sauce. I'm not necessarily against it, but you got to watch if it tastes. If it's one of the sweet ones.
I am a very habitual person. I think I've spoken of this before, that I would just eat the same things every day.
No, you would not. You're a very habitual person. No, you're not. You are not habitual. Clearly, you have been riding a roller coaster of weight forever. That's not habitual. Okay.
And lately, those same things are not what I should be eating. And it's become a habit. Like getting like a chicken quesadilla from Taco Bell is a habit.
That is amazing for her to admit to herself and to her audience. I'm very proud of her. Very, very proud that she's actually even mentioned that she does that, because she avoids talking about the food that she eats to a great degree. Like, I bet you it's not just the quesadilla at Taco Bell. I bet you there's other stuff with the Taco Bell. I bet you there's a soda with the Taco Bell, because she looks like she has been in a very serious caloric surplus for about 6 months. She looks like she's gained 50 to 70 pounds in about 6 months. That's bad. So 10 pounds a month. 10 pounds a month is an extra 35,000 calories a month, which is an extra 1,000 calories or more a day. So she's been in a 1,000 calorie plus surplus a day, likely, fairly easily. That is a lot, especially because the bigger you are, the more food you need to be in that type of surplus. So I bet you that I bet you that her weight has stabilized a little bit now. I bet you at the beginning she was gaining more than 10 pounds a month. And it's very bad. This is very bad.
And I have to break these bad habits that I have developed and hopefully get some good ones. Hopefully start building some good habits. Nothing I'm doing right now is really helping me dig my way out. I just feel like
you're not going to dig your way out. All right. Like you're not going to like, just, there's no digging your way out. There's no like pushing through. All these terms are very counterproductive, I think, because like you're thinking that you need to make this Herculean effort to dig your way out or to like just break through or all those bullshit terms, right? You are a morbidly obese middle-aged woman. You need to build better habits daily. You are not going to be able to, there's no like push through or anything like that. Get that out of your head. Start with making sure you don't miss walks every day. This woman should find a way to find 1,500 calories of food be the food she eats. Around 1,500 calories of food. And that food, and I really do mean this, of that food, there should be absolutely no processed food except for a holiday or a birthday. And out of that food, there should also be very minimal carbohydrates because I don't think she does well with it. I think that it should be very protein and fat forward focused, and she should absolutely, yes, you can have some carbohydrates, but don't have any carbohydrates until the very end of the day. Maybe with your dinner, have a potato or a sweet potato or something like that. Don't set yourself up for failure by eating carbohydrates early in the day. It's just going to make you hungrier. The taste of sweet, eating carbohydrates early in the day, it's just going to make you hungrier.
Like, there's a lot of light. There's a lot of light in my life right now. Like, living in Hawaii is beautiful. So being outside here automatically lifts you up. Like, it lifts me up every single time I go outside. And yet when I'm not actively engaged in doing something, intentionally focusing on whether it's church stuff or it's the beauty outside, then I just am in a dark place. I'm not myself right now. And
well, I mean, then get offline. Also, I've said this a billion times. If you should not be putting this out to people, like saying that you're in a dark place and you should. I mean, get offline. Like a lot of people are like take that as that everybody should just leave her alone and only give her positive reinforcement. This woman doesn't need to be patted on the back. This woman needs to take control of her life and not worry about anything else. This woman needs to not worry about making YouTube videos and filming all the time. This woman needs to worry about, being a healthy individual, building better habits for herself. Get offline.
Little things keep happening that not always little. Sometimes some of these things are big things that happen that it just feels like being walloped and trying to just keep swimming, and it's difficult.
I've been called not long.
I'm sorry, but if you are finding it difficult to not gain weight to 300 pounds, it's fairly like this woman could eat a pound and a half of fucking chicken thigh a day and still eat some veggies and lose weight. That's a lot of fucking food. Okay? Like you need to do it. You need to. She's trying to figure out a way that she can do it and still get everything she wants and do it her way, because her way is important to her. I can't tell you how many times she said, "What works for me doesn't work for everybody." Blah blah blah. Nothing you've done has worked for you. Nothing you've done has worked for you at all.
After I started, and it was on his way home. So that's just the way it is with the school stuff. Like, we don't know when he's coming home. So he's on his way home. So I switched to making dinner, which I'm going to eat my meal prep stuff. And then I'm making him just a regular dinner. So I'm doing like chicken thighs bone in with the skin and a pepper, onion, asparagus mixture, and then mashed potatoes for him. And then for me, I'm going to do the chicken that I'm making, and I'm going to do sweet potatoes probably. What I have for dinner.
You're so handsome.
That sounded good for dinner. It really did. I don't know why she wouldn't eat the same chicken thighs that he would eat and stuff like that. Because that just when you have to make two separate meals for people, it's hard to maintain that because it creates twice the work, right? So that to me, that's like you should just to switch out the starch would have been fine because you can prep the rice and prep or mashed potatoes and you can prep the sweet potatoes. I don't know why your husband wouldn't just eat the sweet potatoes with you and support. It's still a starch. I don't understand, Like Crystal eats what I eat. Like, I don't understand.
I got the chicken taken care of, flipped it over. I'm going to let it cook for just a few more minutes while I get the sweet potatoes ready to put in the oven. So let's do that.
Really, Bobby?
Okay, so the way she does the sweet potatoes, I do have something to say about it real quick too. Because sweet potatoes good. Sweet potatoes good. Good. But I personally, I like to bake mine with the skin on until they're nice and soft on the inside, and then put a little tiny bit of butter, cinnamon, and nutmeg on them, and they taste like sweet potato pie filling. That's like my treat for the day sometimes.
I need to do sweet potato fries, so I'm just peeling the skin back, and then I'm going to cut them up in the fry shape, and then I'm going to put salt, pepper, and a little bit of cinnamon on them and bake them. I'm going to flip them once when they're in the oven, and they should come out quite good. I thought about doing these in the air fryer. They may actually be better in the air fryer, but I did not do them in the air fryer. So I want something that's easy to grab for
It's
lunch.
not bad. So this is the prep food. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I'm going to try to eat on a schedule. So I want breakfast at the same time every day, lunch at the same time every day.
That's a good idea. Breakfast same time every day, lunch at the same time every day, dinner at the same time every day. That's a good idea that builds up habits. Stick with it, And it also gives you the ability to assess if the food's making you hungrier or not. Because you're literally taking the variable of time being different. You're taking that away. So it's a positive thing.
So I'm gonna meal prep some overnight oats for mornings where I leave really early, and
She should not be eating oatmeal in the morning, especially overnight oats, but she probably puts sweet tasting protein powder in it. Right?
don't come back until well after lunchtime. And then I'm going to just continue to do oatmeal for breakfast most mornings, which I don't always do. Breakfast is such an easy meal for me to skip. To be honest, so is lunch. Like often it's quite easy for me to skip meals and then make poor choices in the evenings.
Yeah, she gets herself overly hungry. And then when she says make poor choices in the evening, she gets fast food. That's what it is. She should not be eating oats first thing. If she wants to eat oats, that can be your dessert, absolutely. But if you're starting your day off with carbohydrates, when you have a bad relationship with food, somebody said, Joe, here's why. She obviously has a bad relationship with food and she gets herself too hungry. She should start her day with protein and fat. She should eat maybe some eggs, eat some steak and eggs, something like that. She should not start her day with carbohydrates. She can end her day with carbohydrates. If she wanted to eat the oatmeal, there's nothing inherently wrong with oatmeal. We bake all sorts of stuff with oat flour and oatmeal. I eat oatmeal once or twice a week as my evening treat, but there's nothing wrong with it. But if you start your day off with carbohydrates, it engages your glycemic response, and you are going to be hungrier all day long versus starting your day off with protein and fat. It's just going to make you hungrier and hungrier and hungrier. And that is not what she needs. She needs to manage her hunger down to a very minimal stance, because she even said when she gets hungry, she makes poor choices. So since you make poor choices when you're hungry, the idea is to manage your hunger throughout the entire portion of the day. That's one of the reasons why we started No Morbidity. That's one of the reasons why, and the glycemic response of that food was also a reason why we made Alchemy, because Alchemy just blunts the glycemic response of food by up to 50%. It helps keep your blood sugar levels level and helps with insulin sensitivity. That way, if you do eat carbohydrates, you don't all of a sudden get that rush of hunger a little while afterwards. But No Morbidity can help her completely not feel hungry. Or if she doesn't want to buy any of my products because she hates me, she could just eat all protein, healthy fat for breakfast, like 3 eggs with a piece of beef or a piece of chicken. Then she could eat a salad, like a steak salad for lunch. And then if she wanted to have sweet potatoes and chicken in the evening, fine. And then maybe as a sweet thing, if she's got enough calories left in the 15 to 1700 she should be eating, you should be having like maybe a small thing of oats. That's why. And then Alchemy needed to say thank you. Thank you. I am super proud of it. Super, super proud of it. But that's why she shouldn't eat oatmeal.
And yeah, life is just topsy-turvy for me right now. So I'm trying to find work.
Life is not topsy-turvy for you. You moved to fucking paradise on the government dime, and you have almost no job besides YouTube. So it's not topsy-turvy. You are making it topsy-turvy. I'm going to stop eating it in the morning now. Thank you. Just check it out and see what it is. Like, everybody should do this. This is an exercise we talk about to our clients all the time, just so to put this out there. After you eat something, wait 2 hours and then give yourself a hunger score. 0 is you couldn't possibly eat another bite of food. 10 is you are ravenously hungry, just got off the show alone and can eat anything, right? And if you ate a substantial meal, like 500 calories in 2 hours beforehand, you shouldn't be hungry. Like you shouldn't be like, I could really eat. Like if you are feeling hungry after that, we have to take a look at maybe you've been under eating, like you're in a serious deficit for the last couple of days, or maybe you ate something that engaged your glycemic response and it's causing you to feel hungry when you aren't actually hungry, And we have our clients give us that score fairly often. And that's what you can do, Joe. Give that a try and just test it out. And then you teach yourself what foods engage your glycemic response on a personal level even more, She should buy chickens. We get 6 to 8 eggs a day. I get so hungry later on if I start the day with oatmeal, but if I eat eggs, not so hungry later on. See, that's exactly what I'm saying, right? And people need to distinguish between hunger and cravings. Absolutely. Jim Rat, I completely agree. Completely. So here we go.
Workable solutions where I am starting to regulate my hormones. And one of the things I've researched out, and when I talked to the dietitian, she talked about, was eating at regular intervals, helping my body stay calm. And then that will also help regulate emotions. What frustrates me though is that I feel like if I don't eat, I don't get hungry. And when I eat, then I'm more hungry throughout the day. I don't know why that.
Because you are engaging your glycemic response with carbohydrates first thing in the morning. That's why. So if you're wondering why you eat first thing in the day and then you get more hungry, it's because you're eating carbohydrates. It's 100% that it. Please, if you listen to nothing else, April, just please move eggs to the morning or chicken to the morning and do the oats later on in the day. Just try it. Just try it.
That is, I think that's why intermittent fasting is so popular, because for whatever reason with the American diet, like once we eat, then we're hungry. And if we just don't eat, then we're not hungry.
It's not for some reason. It's not for some reason. It is called biology. It is because different foods have a different glycemic response in your body. It is not for some reason. It is not for some reason. It is biology.
Perhaps even more importantly, I need to dig myself out of this, whatever it is that I'm in. I just feel so not like myself. I don't have motivation, and it's not even that I don't have.
That's why I don't say it. You can't depend upon motivation. Motivation is a fleeting little bitch. You need to be dedicated. You need to be dedicated. You need to absolutely be dedicated to yourself, to your health, to your future health. She should be dedicated to wanting to get pregnant, because I think that's what she meant for us to do. But I think that I think that part of her problem is she's realizing that window is closed, or at least seriously closing. So she's trying to slam it shut with self-harm, because gaining the weight she's gained is self-harm, straight up. It just absolutely is.
Motivation. I don't even care to have motivation most of the time. I want to care, but I don't. Like, I want to feel like myself, and I don't. And so working through these things is very important. And I think a lot of that is going to start with eating a proper balanced diet, as opposed to all of the eating out that we did when we first got here.
So it is not just oatmeal. She is putting apple pie flavored protein powder in her oatmeal, in her morning oats. So that tastes super, super, super sweet first thing in the morning. That is why she gets hungrier. That is why she gets hungrier. And I'm going to try it. It all just clicked when you explained it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But this right here is why she gets hungrier. She's putting apple pie flavored protein powder, which I'm sure it's delicious. Mark's MTS apple pie protein powder is fucking insanely good. But it's sweeter. I have it later on the day. I normally have it at the end of the day, you know?
With the eating out that I do now. And a lot of the meals I have been cooking have not been the healthiest. A lot of them have been very carb rich. So cutting back on the pasta, it's not even something that I like. It's just easy. It's just easy meals. I'm still struggling.
How much easier is it to toss a potato in the fucking oven if you want carbohydrates? How much easier is it not to make the carbohydrate? How much easier is it to throw a roast in an Instapot or chili into an Instapot? I mean, come on now. That's an excuse.
And I don't see a light. I keep trying to force that light, and the light doesn't come, and it's frustrating. And I'm very grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for those of you who encourage and uplift me. And I'm sorry that a lot of my videos, all of my videos for the last several months, have just been Debbie Downer videos. I don't know. It makes me frustrated. And hopefully I will start to see positive change, and then I'll be able to share.
Hopefully you'll see positive change. It's you. You're the one responsible for this shit. Like, I hopefully this will work. Nothing works unless you do. It's one of Mark's catchphrases. Nothing works unless you do. Nothing works unless you do. It's so frustrating. It just is. So I wish, April, if you watch this, I wish you all the luck. As always, I would coach you for free for 3 months. Sign a non-disclosure agreement. I wouldn't mention it if you don't mention it, but I don't think she'll take me up on that, because I'm going to tell her the truth about shit, and she does not want to hear it. Our coaching is daily communication, weekly video conferences. We help adjust your lifestyle bit by bit by bit. So I would literally take what she put out there, and I would say, okay, those chicken thighs that you did, that's your breakfast every single day. And then you're going to focus on nothing but hydration until lunch. Just crush it with the hydration. She should be drinking about 200 to 250 ounces of water in a day. Get some walking in. Try to get the 200 ounces in before midday. And I know it sounds like a lot, but I did it today, you know. But for lunch, have like a salad with some steak or a salad with some chicken with vinegar and oil dressing, preferably like an oregano oil dressing, which is extremely good for you, or black seed oil dressing, which is extremely good for you, that you can make at home very cheaply and very effectively. And then for dinner, then you can have a sweet potato or some more protein and stuff like that. And if you are still hungry and you want the oats, you want something sweet, do your overnight oats just in the evening, about an hour to an hour and a half before you go to bed. And then from there, we can peel back on the calories to get you, once your hunger is stabilized, we can peel back on the calories until we get you at a very good weight. Now, don't get me wrong. What I just described to you, like if she started with 6 to 8 ounces of chicken thigh in the morning and then did another like 4 to 6 ounces on a salad at lunch, and then had another like 6 to 8 ounces of chicken thigh in the evening, just flavored a different way, along with the potato and stuff like that, and the overnight oats, depending on what she puts in the overnight oats, that is still like 1,700 calories. Okay, that is not a lot. That she would dump weight. She would be in at least 1,000 calorie deficit a day, at least, and then we could work it out from there. You know, but this is what we do for our clients. If you're interested, please do take us up on it. Right here's the link. Boom. And then I'm going to do a little Q&A for you guys. So let's see here. I am never hungry in the morning, even if I haven't eaten in days. Still don't start wanting food until 11 a.m. at the earliest. Well, first thing I can say is that no matter if you've eaten the day before or not eaten the day before, when you first wake up, you should drink about 1 liter of fluid because you are dehydrated. I get, like, you may not be hungry, but I guarantee you're dehydrated. Not one person wakes up without a little bit of dehydration going on. You've just spent 8 to 10 hours in bed, not ingesting fluid, unless you're my wife, because she wakes up in the middle of the night and drinks water. I can't do that. I wake up in the middle of the night and have to go pee. She wakes up and drinks water. But, you know, it's 8 to 10 hours where you've been expirating, perspirating, and then your body's processing waste. So you're losing a lot of fluid. So replace at least 1 liter of fluid. Wait at least 20 minutes after you've drank the liter of fluid to see if you're hungry at all. Because even if you wake up hungry, chances are you're not actually hungry, you're thirsty. So this is just a little trick. And I will say this as clearly as I can. The vast, vast, vast majority of people do not, in America, especially women, do not need 3 meals a day. 2.5 meals a day, 2 meals and a snack is normally what we need, especially because for women, they need less calories because they're smaller, or they're supposed to be. So, but most even men, you do not have the caloric expenditure in a given day to justify eating a third meal. The 3 meal a day thing was when people walked everywhere, did a bunch of shit. Now people do not have the caloric expenditure that they used to have. So they can't justify it, you know? Yep, I agree. Whenever I eat eggs or anything with protein, I'm not hungry for hours. That's what it does, you know? Can she get her carbs from veggies? She absolutely could get her carbs from veggies. But there is a difference. Like, I still like rice occasionally and stuff. Like, I'm probably going to have some rice here in a little bit. I don't have anything to be super leaned out for until, like, probably a couple months from now. Got dinner in the crock pot right now. I heard the rice go off just a little bit. So the rice is done. Beans will be heated up. I'm going to put some meat on top. It's going to be delish. Everything is at her fingertips. She just wanted exactly. Random side question: is the Italian coffee ritual AM powder going to be restocked at Tiger Fitness? I'd really like to try it. I do not know. I am affiliated with Ambrosia. We actually are going to. Our landing page is going to be partially on their website in very shortly. We took pictures and shit like that when I was up there, and you'll be able to access our coaching and our books and stuff like that from their website. But I am not like I am obviously a partner with them, but I'm not like I don't make the decisions. Like I'm not in on those meetings. I can ask, but I don't know off the top of my head. So, and that's not something I actually take in. I do like it. I think it tastes really, really, really good, but it's a little sweet for me to have first thing in the morning. So even though it's like the flavor of sweet for me can fuck me up, so I don't have it. This is what I call soft talk. All the hopes, I'll try, maybe it'll work, etc. Yep, soft weak talk. Adding protein powder into my oatmeal does not make me hungry as long as the previous day was a filling day. That's interesting. She just needs to accept defeat and let you help her. It's just ridiculous and a running joke now. It really is. It really, really, really is. I mean, I would literally be like, she shouldn't do this because this is going to happen. She would do that thing, and then what I said was going to happen happened. For a year. Like that had to get old. It just really did. I can't control myself with carbs right now, so I'm making chia puddings with raw cow milk with the spices instead. Ooh, that sounds banging, Max the Beast, the best boy. Again, here's where you can get, you can just join the app and join the challenge because Crystal's starting a new challenge here in a day or so for the holiday season. Here's where you can buy somebody 4 months worth of the app that they can do the challenge for the entirety of the time through the holiday season to help keep them accountable. And if you need help building a new lifestyle, helping transform your unhealthy habits to healthy habits in a sustainable way, here's our 3-month coaching package and a 6-month coaching package. Please take us up on those. All right. I'm usually at a gallon by noon. That's really good. She lives in Hawaii. She should start her day with salmon and tuna poke. No rice needed. It's so freaking delicious. Also, taro is some of the best starch and grows there. Yep. Lauren, very, very, very good point. So, Alan, can you talk a little bit more about your coaching, please? What would you like to know? Daily communication, weekly video conferences right on our app. We help give the person a range of calories. We don't subscribe like 1,652 calories. That's ridiculous. It's all guesstimates. So we give the person a basement floor of calories and a top floor of calories, and then we make adjustments from it. We have the person learn about what makes them less hungry and more hungry. We have habit exercises and mind frame exercises that we do for everybody, but we very much individualize it down because we have clients all over the world. I have clients in Australia, clients in South Korea, clients in Germany. We have clients in the UK, clients in California. We've had clients in Hawaii. We have clients in Canada. So holidays are different. Food is different. Regionality of food is a big thing too. So we are worldwide, and we are dedicated daily. We talk to them every single day on the app, even when we're on vacation, and weekly video conferences. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm doing when I leave here. I'm going to get some food ready real quick for myself and the wife, and then and then it's time to talk to clients. So let me know if you have any other questions about it. Great stream, Alan. Been thinking of going with the bald look as well. I fucking love being bald. I really do. Like, I got a shave right now, but I just fucking love being bald. I really do. I love it. I fucking can't. I wish it all would just fall out. I really do. I wish the rest of it would just fucking go, so I wouldn't have to shave it anymore. I definitely wish all this would fucking go. I really do. Let's see. I eat 4 to 6 times a day because they are small and my NEAT is crazy. My stomach doesn't stretch properly. Well, if your NEAT, if your non-exercise thermogenics are high, if your non-exercise burn is high, I mean, of course you need to probably eat a few more times, especially if you keep the portion sizes small. I suggest you keep the portion sizes small, and then that way, if you do slow down, like if all of a sudden like you can't work out the way you've been or you can't have the activity you've been, that way it's easy just to cut out a meal. And then instead of like, having to cut portion, I switched my oat protein to the night treat, and it makes a huge difference in my hunger. Thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it. Hydroglyph has been amazing while breastfeeding. I looked up every ingredient. They are safe. Can't take my Nomo for now, but hydration in itself has helped a ton. Casey, that is awesome. That is awesome to hear. That is awesome. I have more Hydroglyph coming. I can't wait for it to get here. 50 years ago, the average dinner plate was about 8 inches. Today it's 12. That's another big thing. My husband just went bald, and I love it. Outstanding. I'm telling you, it's freeing. And there's nothing quite like a fresh shaved head on a nice fresh pillowcase. So nice. I like it. Just get it lasered off. I'm not going to spend the money to get it lasered off either, though. So it's been crazy. I experience the same small meals spread out. Then some days I have a huge meal. Okay. I've been having a problem recently where I don't feel tired for sleep without eating immediately beforehand. It immediately makes me sleepy. 6'1", 190 from 320 to 5 years ago. Sounds like, I mean, as long as it's not putting weight on you or anything like that, I don't see a problem. I really don't. I mean, the whole don't eat before bedtime bullshit, as long as you're not putting weight on, I don't see an issue with it. So if you're putting weight on, that's a little different. I'm sure you're terrified of regaining the weight. I know because I am, but it shouldn't make a big difference. But listen, folks. Again, here's where you can find the coaching. You can get No Morbidity and Alchemy. By the way, I'll share those links, or the Holy Trinity Weight Loss Bundle, which is just fucking amazing. Right here. Oops. Messed that up. Give me 1 second. Boom. All right, so here's where you can find the coaching. Here is where you can find Alchemy and the Holy Trinity Weight Loss Bundle. Please do check those things out. Hang on. The 2/3 of hydration by noon. Can you explain why? Real quick, I will. The idea is if you don't want to drink a lot of fluid a couple hours before you go to bed because it might disrupt your sleep, and we want you to get good sleep too. So the idea is one, it helps you stay much more satiated early because you're focusing on fluid. It gives you something to focus on besides food. And two, you don't have to wake up and go to the bathroom all the time at night. So very, very, very good question, man. All right, folks, I will talk to all of you soon. I will be back tomorrow. God damn.